how's it going? It's that nerd Ryan here. Welcome back to the Marvel Mondays. First off, I want to apologize if you haven't watched my video from Saturday. I am getting over a cold, so might be coughing and my voice might sound weird, but me having a cold did not stop me from seeing Venom 2, aka Venom Let There Be Carnage. So we're going to talk about this movie, and spoiler warning, starting now, we're talking about this movie because it's technically, an MCU movie. It feels so great to say that, and I'm just so happy to finally say Venom is an MCU franchise. So, why that is we'll get to the end of the movie, or the end of the video. We'll talk about that since that's a post-credit scene. But since this is a sequel and I haven't talked about the original, we're going to do this a little differently. So I'm going to give a little quick sidestep on the original movie, just so you guys know how I felt about it. And then we will talk about just basically a quick plot summary, then my favorite character, my least favorite spot, or my favorite character, my favorite scene, my least favorite scene, my overall scoring, and then the post-credit scene. So, let's talk about Venom 1. I've only seen it a few times, and in all honesty, I liked it a lot more than I expected, yet I still felt it lacking. I remember people telling me that Venom 2 was Venom was awful, and I ended up not actually seeing it in theaters because everybody was saying how bad it was. And I ended up buying the DVD because people were kind of having murmurings that it might be part of the MCU, and stuff like that, which obviously back then, no, it wasn't. And I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. Pre-watching it, I would have probably given it a 1 out of 10 out of Assumption, but after watching it, I would probably give it a 6 out of 10. So still not up to the Marvel standard, but better than I expected. And Venom, the symbiote Venom, great character. Tom Hardy's great as Venom in both these movies. Well, in the first one, the villain was really weak. And I was excited to find out that Carnage is in the second movie, and of all people, Woody Harrelson is playing him. So I'm going to try to find the video from 14 years ago, just to preference this, because I am going to go on a slight tangent right here. But I've been telling this story a lot over the weekend, so I want to tell it now. And sorry that this video is a week late, but we had to release the video I already pre-recorded. Anyways, this is something that happened probably 2007, 2008. Back in the early YouTube days. So I don't even know if it's up, but there used to be a trailer made. Excuse me, sorry, it's the cold. There was a fan-made trailer for Spider-Man 4. It looked kind of convincing because it used unused footage from Spider-Man 1, the Twin Towers footage that got cut. It used another Tobey Maguire movie that I don't know. All I know is in it he had colon cancer. So if anybody knows what movie that is, let me know. And then it was using footage from a movie called Natural Born Killers, and also used the song The Blue Sky by U2, which is my all-time favorite U2 song, mainly because of this video. And then it used some footage from Spider-Man 3 and stuff like that. But the craziest thing, mind you, this is from 2008, 2007, something like that. They cast Woody Harrelson as Carnage in that. And I've been a huge fan of Carnage since I played Spider-Man, the PS1 game. But it stuck in my head, Woody Harrelson as Carnage would be the perfect casting. And it literally ended up happening. Time out, sorry. And I forgot about it literally until I was sitting in theaters and watching Venom 2. And I'm just blown away that that coincidence happened. If I could find that video, I'm going to link it in the description or in a pinned comment. And I know I only get like 5 viewers, but everybody blow this guy up and just like be astounded that this guy predicted Woody Harrelson being cast as Cletus Cassidy Carnage. But yeah, I'm just, that's so crazy. Still thinking about that like 14 years and that got predicted. Anyway, so now let's move on to Venom 2. So going into this movie, I partially was expecting the post-credit scene, and I was expecting Carnage to be kind of tamed, but I wasn't expecting much other than that, knowing Sony's record with superhero movies. And the movie was a lot better than I expected, and it was a lot better than the first one. I will give you guys Angie's ranking on this, because I did text her before shooting this, asking her what hers is. I already know what mine is, but I wanted to know hers because we saw it together. She gave it a 8 out of 10. I will give the only complaint that I have about seeing the movie is we were put front row right at the corner, and it was a curved screen, so everybody kind of had like, if my face was straight, their eyes were like that kind of thing, and everybody looked like super buff or super fat. So I do want to kind of re-see it just to kind of see it in a correct orientation, but I still got what was going on for the most part. There was a few scenes where it was kind of hard to tell just because of the angling. Sorry, fighting through this cold just to give you guys this video. But anyway, so quick plot synopsis is it kind of picks up right where we left off. So Eddie and Venom are trying to work through living together, and Venom wants to eat brains. Eddie doesn't want him to eat brains, but also at this time we have him interviewing Cletus Cassidy, where Venom finds a body, and that causes Cletus to get the death penalty, and he calls Eddie in, and he ends up biting Eddie, getting some of the symbiote into him, making Carnage. Then Eddie and Venom break up, while Cletus breaks his girlfriend out, and then they start, Eddie and Venom get back together. Carnage kidnaps the ex-girlfriend, who is literally more ex-girlfriend now, and they have to go and save her, and that's how the movie ends, is them fighting Carnage, and then Carnage dies. And so does Cletus Cassidy, which I was a little disappointed about, but considering that the post-credit scene, we could always get another Carnage. I'm sorry. Anyways, so let's talk about favorite character. It's honestly a tie between the two symbiotes in this movie, Venom and Carnage. Venom is just hilarious in it, and then just Carnage is Carnage. And I don't mean like Carnage is Carnage as in Ryan is Ryan. I mean Carnage is the literal definition of Carnage, and it was great. Which I'll talk about my favorite scene right now, because I mean that leads into it. Carnage's first scene I forgot how excited I was for it. That's when I remembered that fake trailer. That's when I remembered everything, and I looked over at Angie, and I just go, I've been waiting 14 years for this. And just remembering that, and then all of it happening, just being like a kid again, and being excited of seeing all this chaos of him wrecking through the prison. I think it was Ravencroft, yeah. Wrecking through Ravencroft and just destroying everything and all that. And then just going in and like just wreaking carnage. It was my favorite scene. My least favorite scene, honestly, has to be the whole Mrs. Chen being possessed by Venom scene. I thought that was kind of cheesy. I think it was Mrs. Chen. I can't remember the bodega owner being possessed by Venom, and it was just kind of cheesy. I was like, okay, it's predictable and it's just kind of dumb. But yeah, I didn't really care for that. And then, like I said, I was really disappointed that Carnage and Cletus got killed. But looking back with how the post-credit scene is, we could always get another Carnage. So, let's do the official ranking of this movie. I do give it a 7.5 out of 10. I did like it a lot better than Venom, and literally that post-credit scene gave it so many extra points, it's almost unfair. So let's talk about the post-credit scene then. So, Venom and Eddie are sitting in a hotel room in, I think it's like supposed to be Mexico or something, or one of the South American, Central American countries, and they're talking about like seeing the hive mind of the Clintar, and then all of a sudden this giant gold orange flash happens, and everything's changed. They're in a better hotel room, and the TV is playing the ending of Far From Home, as in J. Jonah Jameson revealing that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, and Venom goes up and is like, that boy. I didn't actually lick him, but yeah, going like that. And then, so that means Venom is now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is great. It's so great. It makes me so happy. That almost confirms about Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire coming back, with all the other stuff confirming it at the same time. And there's a subtle joke in that I don't think anybody picked up. And I don't know if it was intentional, but I completely took this as a joke. And it's like that they're in a dumpy hotel, and then when it switches, it's a super nice hotel, being like Sony's kind of dumpy, but now we're in Marvel Disney territory, and it's all nice and looking and everything like that. That's what I took as a joke. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on my social media down below. It's that nerd Ryan telling you, have a great day.